Hi everyone, it's Terri here showing a new process video for Bramble Fox. Today I'm using some of the perspectives from the August Fox box and I've paired it with the Simple Stories Safe Travels collection. So I'm using one of the double frames that you can get in the collection, and I've added on some tulle. It's like an off-white beigey colour. It's quite difficult to see in the video, but you can see I'm just sticking it over one half of the frame there, and then the other side I'm going to pop that photo of me and my fiance camping in the summer. So I was a bit hesitant with these frames because I wasn't quite sure how to use them, and then I did a class at Getaway that gave me some inspiration for this layout. The lovely Lisa Griffin turned them into memory deck style interactive pages, so I've actually used this as a flip up, and you'll see I've just torn a couple of strips from that pattern paper and laid it on top, and then what I'm going to do is create a little tab under the top of the frame to help it flip up, so I can add decoration both on top and underneath. So I'm just working out exactly how I want those layers to fit, and I'm just using a piece of the same patterned paper that I've folded in half to create that tab to allow it to flip up. So as I said, I'm going to decorate the underside of the frame as well, so I'm just working out sizing and cutting some pattern paper to cover up the back of that photo. So I've just cut a piece of patterned paper from the same collection, and I'm going to add that journaling card to the centre of it. It says take more photos, or take lots of photos, which I think is very apt for us scrapbookers. So I've just created like a bit of a hinge to go on the top of the frame so that it'll flip up, and then popped that 3x4 journaling card in. So I'm just working out the placement of where I want to put everything, and now I'm going to look at sticking it on my page. So I'm adding it over the top layer so that you can still see part of that green through the netted tulle that I've got there. And I've cut another piece of card the same size as that one that I used to back the photo. I'm just adding that underneath to give a bit of patterned paper there for me to add more decoration to. I'm just making sure everything's well stuck down so that it can support that flip up frame. So I've pulled out a couple more smaller photos from the camping trip, which I thought was quite apt, seems as it says take lots of photos. So it's just a photo of the tent in the lovely campsite, and me and my partner in the tent one morning. Now I'm looking at how to embellish this layout, but first I feel like I need to cover some of that chipboard frame from when I flip it up, so I'm just using the manufacturer's strip from the patterned paper, and then I do cut a thinner strip as well, just to cover up some of that chipboard so it's a bit prettier when you lift it up. So I'm using this summer word from the Fox box. You can also get this as part of the Good Vibes set in the shop. and then some of these beautiful aqua turquoise coloured arrows that say discover, and then I use the other one that says explore later on as part of where my title's going to go. So I pulled out the stickers from the same collection, and I really like this big bold Getaway word, so I'm using that as part of my title. So I'm just going through the stickers now and working out what I want to put where. So I want to create like a bit of a scene under that tulle, so I've got the little tent out, so you can see it underneath. Like I said, I'm just going through and looking what little bits can work here and there. And I've just added a tiny little compass there on top of the tent sticker. So I'm just looking at what other small bits of embellishment I can add. So I've just added an arrow and a geotag under that flip frame. So I've got this sun that I decide, this puffy sun that I add. So I'm adding some things onto where the pictures are, the photos are, sorry, underneath, and some under where the tulle is. And I've added that sun actually on top of the tulle, so you can kind of see it a little bit more. Like I say, it's difficult to see in the video, but it's just like a fine mesh that sits there. So I play around with that little red arrow quite a lot, as you can see. Just adding a little tab underneath that top bit of frame where it says discover. And I feel like it's quite square, that bit of frame, so you'll see shortly I start to play with some of the stickers and have them overlapping and poking out from underneath, so it kind of shows that there's a bit more to the layout. So I wanted to add some smaller bits of embellishment, so I'm just going through and adding some yellow and kind of a dark green sequin. And I'm just kind of doing it along like the bottom area of the underside of the frame, and again they're like popping out the side as well. And then I've just added some yellow sequins to the top around where that sun is. I'm just adding some gold splatter to the underside of the frame there and around the sides. So this is my layout now complete. I do add a little bit of journaling under that bottom explore perspective, just a simple where it was and the date. So thank you for joining me on YouTube today. Check out all the links below to find the perspectives used and more inspiration.